Well, here we are again. We all knew it would come to this, and we all knew that I would be here to usher in a new age of Alpha League Season 7 lists. So, these are all the lists we've got. We'll see how many I get through. Probably not a whole lot, but let's get started with Alex Eid. And this is... Oh, and before we start, I feel like I have to preface this every time we do this, but I don't know anything about this game. I'm really bad at this game. Stop trying to make me understand the things. I don't, and I don't ever want to. I'll just judge it. So, with that said, let's start again. So we're going to start with Alex Eid here, and he's got what looks like to be Astra Militarum, coupled with some Deathwatch, like an absolute bro. So he's got the Gunnery Experts and Spar details for the extra range on his Tank Commander and Manticore, which is kind of funny. I like it. I like it. Pretty good, pretty good. So he's got a Tank Commander with the Demolisher Cannon, which benefits greatly from the Gunnery Experts and Spar details. And then he's got Tempesta Scion squad as his troops. Basically just to be deep strike action monkeys. It's quite good for that, really. And this is just 395 points for full payload Manticore, Tank Commander, and Scions. What else can you ask for? Really good. And then he's got Deathwatch, which is really interesting. So I don't think I've seen Deathwatch run to any really big extent. He's got the Xenos Inquisitor, Cryodraxis, which is another like niche pick that I've not seen. He's got a Chaplain and a Librarian, which I kind of find weird because the Watchmaster for Deathwatch is just so absurdly powerful, being able to change your chapter tactic target for the reroll ones to wound in between the game, and I think he's kind of missing out on that. But anyway, he's got Chaplain with Restoration Focus, Canonical Fate. He's a Master of Sanctity, obviously, and he's got Wise Orator. So everyone's running this setup. Normally it's a Chaplain on bike though, so it's weird to see it as just a normal Chaplain. He's also got a Librarian, which is just absurd with Deathwatch. It's got Fortified with Contempt, which is the 5-up Feel No Pain. Neural Void, which is the... I believe that's the one where you can only charge the nearest target or something like that. They're both really good. And then whatever this is, who knows. It's weird for this not to be a Chief Librarian because the powers for Deathwatch are so strong. They're like almost at Dark Angels level. He's got a basic squad of Intercessors. He's got a Proteus kill team with a bunch of Deathwatch veterans, all with chainswords, and then a bunch of Vanguard veterans with chainsword and storm shields. This is a really sturdy objective holder, and it can go fast as well. Very sturdy. And then he's got exactly the same in the next side, but he's got a Terminator in this squad with Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. I'm not sure how much utility this Terminator actually gives the squad. Not a lot, really. So it says niche pick for me, that. Apothecary, he's Chief Apothecary with Selfless Healer, always good. Judiciar, being a Judiciar. With Oathkeeper, I'm not sure where that is, but Judiciars have just fallen out of favor a lot lately. And then he's got 2 Relic Contemptors, both with Twin Volkite covering. Now, I wonder if this is a Death Guard kind of deal, sort of thing. Seems like it, doesn't it? But I think the Relic Contemptors for Deathwatch are not core or Space Marines in general, so I don't know if it works quite as well. And then he's got a squad of Vanguard Vets with Lightning Claws and Storm Shields because they're just very efficient at what they do. But it's an interesting list. I'm not sure how well it'll do, but you know what, a Manticore and like Space Marine Vanguard Vets are always good. We're gonna look at Amadeus next. He's running Custodes, so he's got Trajan Flores, Don Eagle Jetbike guy, with all the normal things that I went through all last season. 4 Custodians, 5 Sagittariums. And Sagittariums, they're the ones with the heavy bolter with an extra profile, like a combi heavy bolter, which is just ridiculous. They're so strong. He's just got a Contemptor Galactus Dreadnought, which is not the greatest, but it's okay. Then he's got a bunch of Virtus Praetors, because they are just crazy. He's got 2 salvo launchers in there, just to give it a bit more AP and damage against vehicles. And then he's got a double Telman. One's got double storm cannons, which is the not popular choice, I think. And then he's got one with the more rapid fire gun, and a basher with a flamer on it, a fist with a flamer on it. This is a okay list, I think. Everything is very hard to kill, and custodies are just like really tough to shift off the board. So I think this will do well. And then we've got a magic. He's running Santa on his sled. And he's running a chaplain on bike with all the normal things you take: extrication at range, cancel of hate. Yeah, just everything you need to make it super killy. He's got incursors. He's got double redemptor, both with macroplasma. He's got one squad of T-Wolf Cav. And then he has more Space Wolves in a different detachment with a lieutenant. With nothing crazy there, I don't think. This is a strange pick. I wonder why taking a lieutenant is the way to go there. Because it seems to me like you could fit all this in a single battalion. Interesting. Yeah. I think he probably would have been better in a single battalion and cutting this lieutenant. Yeah, that's just my idea anyway. Blood Claws, which are basically just tactical marines but cheaper. Redemptor, plasma again, so he's got 3 plasma redemptors. More Wolf Guard, which are basically just Vanguard vets, and then 5 Inceptors with plasma. These are going out of style like nothing on Earth because of the Death Guard and Dark Angels. Just makes them so inefficient. And you're starting to see less and less hordes that really care about Inceptors. So that they're falling out of grace a bit. And it's a good list, I think. I think you'll do well, because it's Space Wolves, and Space Wolves, I think, are one of the top Space Marine factions. We got Angus Mack next, playing Death Guard. Jesus Christ, that's zoomed out. So he's got Mortarian's Anvil. Again, I can't remember what any of these are. Mortarian's Anvil could be anything. He's got Demon Prince, he's got Lord of Virulence, he's got 3 squads of 10 Pox Warriors, a squad of Bite Lord, a squad of Possessed, and then 2 squads of 4 Death Shred Terminators. Oh, and he's also got Foul Blight Spawn because he's the cheapest, most broken character in the game. Rod Vaulting Stench Vats, so no one counts as charging near him. Crazy. Absolutely great. Gloaming Bloat. So this is the one where you don't get rerolls against him. So within contagion range, you don't get rerolls, which is really good against some armies, especially stuff like Sisters. When you charge him with Repentia, you're not getting your rerolls for charging. You're not getting your you're not getting 2 damage on your swing, so it's just 1 damage. So it's really good. Foul Blight Spawn just completely nullifies that bonus. A couple of fetid bloat drones, just to be the speed in the list that it needs. A couple of PBCs, and then he's actually playing with the Miasmic Malignifier, which is the terrain piece. Very interesting. I'd like to see if that actually works, because it's so hard to place on some of these boards with the terrain density. I'm not sure how actually useful it would be, but it'd be interesting to see. Next we got Anjin with Blood Angels. So we've got just normal Blood Angels list probably, I think. We've got Chapter Master, Bright Chaplain on bike. This Chapter Master, this is the Primaris one, so it doesn't have a jump pack. It's a weird choice. Chaplain on bike, Sanguinary Priest, all with the things that make them crazy: Chief Bothgri and Wise Orator and all that stuff. 3 squads of Assault Intercessors, 1 squad of Intercessors. I think if you're playing this many Assault Intercessors as Blood Angels, you make one of them a 10, just to get the most out of that. +1 to wound and double fight stratagem. 1 squad of Intercessors, Blade Guard, Sandguard, Judiciar, Outrider, Eradicator, Impulsor. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, isn't there? It kind of needs a niche to lean into, and it's gone a bit too all over the place. I think instead of taking these Blade Guard, you should, and the Impulsors obviously for the Blade Guard as well, you take 1 more squad of Sanguinary Guard. That frees up some points, but it's also, Sanguinary Guard are just amazing for Blood Angels, and I don't think Blade Guard do that much because they're slower, even in an Impulsor, especially with the Impulsor does not fly anymore. Outriders, I can see how they could work. I'm not a massive fan of them. I think they're overcosted as well, 50 points per model, but they could work. Eradicator shore up some of the shooting that Blood Angels need, but again, it's low volume shooting, which I think they probably need higher volume in something like Inceptors. So overall, it's a Blood Angels list, it'll do well, but it could be tweaked a bit better, I think. We're looking at Antique Nova for our first Dark Angels list. So we've got an Interrogator Chaplain. He's got Thunderhammer, he's got all the nice things that make him good. Deathwing this is a Vanguard, isn't it? Yeah, so this is going to be OBSEC if they all have Inner Circle or Deathwing. So we've got Deathwing Champion with Watched, which is the most broken warlord trait in the game. You just get to deny any psychic power on the board automatically. No roll, no range, whatever. It's just like so dumb. Squad of 10 Terminators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Thunderhammers. And 1, 2, 3 Lightning Claws. 6, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm right. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So 10 in total. So you can combat squad these and have them as Huawei stands, and they're just incredibly hard to kill. And he's got 3 of those, so you can see that's his entire stick, is just have a million Terminators, very hard to kill. And then he's got an auxiliary support detachment of 5 Eradicators, and 1 with multi-melta. No, 6 Eradicators then. 4, 5, 6, yeah. Very boring list. It does have some very obvious hard counters, and it doesn't want to play. It's not an interactive list. I mean, it's going to do well just because it doesn't have to do anything to win the game, but it's not particularly skillful in my mind, and it's not particularly like it's not a well-balanced list. It has hard counters, like I said, and those hard counters will ruin you. But yeah, good luck with that. Anti-Realist playing Harlequins. We've got the Shadow Seer with all the things that make Shadow Seer really annoying to kill. With the minus 6 inches and minus 1 to wound and stuff like that. The Super Troop Master, another Troop Master. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squads of Fusion Pistol troops. We've got 2 squads of 5 Skyweavers. And then we've got all the Star Weavers for the troops. So this is the Fusion Pistol heavy Harlequins list. And I think these have gone out of fashion a little bit with the player base, just because fusion pistols are quite unreliable. They will kill something eventually, but it's really like a coin flip on whether they do it in good enough time. So this is just your standard Harlequins list that we've seen a million times, and I think people are learning how to play around that a lot more, so I don't think there's much it can hope to accomplish. So let's go into this from Archaenix, who's playing Death Guard. He's got Mortarion, of course. He's got Keeper of Secrets and Slapshy Hellbane. He's got Demonettes. And then he's got an Outrider of Death Guard, which is play Cluster, 3 Bullet Drones, 2 Plague Squares. What a weird list this is. What the fuck's going on here? I can't say I understand this at all. Like, this Demon's Detachment is really weird. It's 550 points of stuff. Like, would this not be better as being like Araman and like Cultists, so he can Warp Time Mortarion at least? Just very weird in my mind. Like, 1 Keeper of Secrets and Shalexia Hellbane isn't going to be like the greatest thing on earth. In my mind. I might be wrong, but I don't get it. Don't get it. Argentorium with Blood Angels. We've got Dante, we've got Librarian, we've got Sanguinary Priest, we've got 3 squads of Assault Intercessors, which Blood Angels seem to love. We've got Death Company Marines, all with Bolt Pistol and Chainsword, none with Thunderhammers, funnily enough. Judiciary, Sanguinary Ancient, and then 2 big blobs of Sandguard, and some Eradicators. This is a lot more classic than the other list we saw earlier. There's like no Outriders or anything like that, and we've got the big blobs of Sandguard and the Death Company Marines as a missile. I think this is the sort of list that does a bit better as Blood Angels, in my mind. Now we've got a Rover with Death Guard. So he's got Lord of Virulence, Malignant Plaguecaster, 20, 40, 50 Poxwalkers, double Chaos Contemptor with Twin Volkites, which is really good. Death Shroud, more Death Shroud, and then he's got all the Blight Preachfire, Foul Blight Spawn, Tallyman, so you can give these guys +1 hit, exploding sixes, all the buffs. -1 AP from the Lord of Virulence. It's like loads of buffs that these two guys can get. It's crazy. And Preachfire does something as well, but I can't really remember what it is. Which play company is this? Inexorable. I can't remember what that does actually. And then 2 BPCs for the long range fire. That's just very consistent, very strong long range fire. So it's a good death card list. I think that's the sort of standard death card list you'll see. Ash and Gold playing Dark Angels. We've got Chapter Master and Terminator, and Carrier Chaplain, Deathwing Apothecary, Deathwing Command Squad, Deathwing Knights taking 4 of them only. Relic Terminator Squad. This is like a menagerie of Terminators, isn't it? It's just all the different types of Terminator armor. And then, so this is a Vanguard, am I right? God, this is so hard to read. Vanguard, yeah. So this is a Vanguard, so this is all OBSEC. If his Warlord's in there, yeah. So this is all OBSEC. And then in the patrol, he has Strike Master, which is like a lieutenant. Tactical Squad, just for being cheap chips. Levy Dread with the Twin Volkite and the Twin Melta, which is pretty funny. And then he's got a big squad of Hellblasters with his help, and a Sakaran, because he's an absolute mad lad. It's a fun list. It's like it's a bit more varied than the I just have Terminators and I stand on these objectives, and if you can kill me, I lose the game, and if you can't kill me, I win the game. This is a bit more like, well, I actually have shooting, and I have ways to kill you off objectives. So if you can't trade efficiently with me, I win the game, and I can also trade better than you. So I like this list a lot better. It's a good list. Got Bien Marian playing Deathwatch. A lot of Deathwatch players, or well, 2 so far. So we got Librarian Terminator Arbor with Premorphic Resonance, 4 or 5 Contempt. I think this is Fight Last. Honestly, can't remember. Primary Chaplain on bike. Master of Sanctity, he's the Warlord, of course. He's got the Beacon and Chalice, which is the teleport relic, which is really cool. He's got Watchmaster, which is perfect. So Watchmaster is the guy who lets you change the target of your chapter tactic once every turn, once every game even. And he's got Tome of Ectoclades, which is just a nuts relic. That relic lets you select a data sheet, and everyone within 6 of this Watchmaster rerolls to wound against that data sheet for that phase. Data sheet. That is nuts. It's like imagine, I don't know, you're going up against Necron Warrior spam, and he's got 3 units of warriors in your line of sight to all your stuff. You could say, okay, well, everyone within 6 is gonna reroll wounds against all warriors. Nuts. Crazy. Absolutely off the chain hook. He's got 3 Proteus Steel teams with a mix of Terminators with shooty stuff, and then just veterans with missile launchers. So these are really funny, actually. Like, I think you've got missile launchers, 4 missile launchers, and then 3 Cyclone missile launchers. It's like a lot of missiles you've got to put out here. And then the Infernus Heavy Bolter is like a Flamer and a Heavy Bolter together, but with less range. And then he's got the same down here. And then he's just got a Proteus kill team with 9 Stalker Bolt Gun, which is a lot of good fire. And then obviously he has the Prime Master Apothecary with Chief Apothecary, and he has a Redemptor as well with Macro Plasma, which is pretty good. Yeah, I like this list. I really like Deathwatch lists. They're the most creative, I think. We've got Basetron with Adeptus Mechanicus. Oh, sorry, just taking a sip of my G Fuel. This guy's playing Mars. He's got Call. He's got engines here. He's got 3 squads of Vanguard, 2 squads of Corporal Scary. He's got Ballstar. He's got Raiders. He's got Disintegrators. He's got Archaeocopter. He's got Tuner. Okay, this is just Lockjaw's list from last season. So that's the list that won the event last time. We don't need to look at it. Everyone knows about it. So this is Bassman UK playing Drukhari, or maybe it's just mixed. Yes, Drukhari pure. So we've got Prophets of Flesh, Homunculus, Rax, because these things are dumb. I don't know why I didn't spam them, to be honest. And then he's got Scourges with Shredders. I'm not sure what Shredders are. I've never actually looked them up, because it's normally like the Haywire cannons or the lances that you see on Scourges. But you don't really see Scourges at all, but maybe soon. And he's got more Prophets of Flesh with another Homunculus, more Rax, And then he's got Dark Technomancers, Master of Mutants, with more ranks, more Scourges, Reaper, Tantalus, and then just a bunch of Raiders and Venoms with like all disintegrated beams on the Raiders. Just crazy amount of firepower there. And from Dark Technomancer, Tantalus is just so strong. Crazy. That's probably going to do good, that list, I think. We've got Battle Buffy with Space Wolves. Hello? Game? Oh my god, I'm sorry, Battle Buffy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I think you're gone. Yeah, you're gone. We'll maybe come back to that one. We got Bill next. He's playing Sisters. He's got Bloody Rose, which is the fighty one. He's got Candace, Celestine, 3 squads of Battle Sisters. Nothing special on them. Well, Simulacrums, because they're free now for some reason. Death Cult Assassins, a Hospitalier. I think they revive people. 1 squad of Repentia, 2 squads of Zephyrin. People are going down to this 1 squad of Repentia just because of Death Guard completely nullifies them. So they're keeping this more for countercharge, and I quite like that. And these things are the things that go out and score, engage on all fronts, and capture objectives. He's got a Seraphim squad with 2 Hand Flamers. Funny that he's not got any Inferno Pistols. I quite like the Inferno Pistols more than the Hand Flamers. And then he's got a bunch of Retributors with Multi-Meltas, which are the most broken unit in the game. He's got Sister's Rhino. Funny this actually, he can only protect 3, 4, 5. I guess he doesn't have Simulacrums on the Retributors, so he can fit both of them in 1 Rhino, which it's kind of a trade-off because the Simulacrums really help the Retributors in my mind. And then he has a Ministorum of the Triumphs of Catherine, Battle Sisters, and a bunch of Mortifiers, which are just crazy good right now. It's like 18 heavy bolter shots or something crazy. It's just so good. And like the number of attacks is like 15 attacks per Mortifier, so it's like 45 attacks for a squad of 3. Just nuts. So yeah, Sisters always do well, so that's probably going to do well. Blood Angels again. We're going to have a lot of Blood Angels. I feel it in the air. So we've got Captain on Bike, a Librarian, a Sanguinary Priest, Incursors, Intercessors, Blade Guard, Redemptor, Sanguinary Guard, Vanguard Vets, Interceptors, and a Whirlwind. Whew. So the Whirlwind's good for the no Overwatch stratagem. That's why it's there, if you were wondering. But everything else is pretty standard. Blood Angels, he's leaned hard into the Blade Guard, I think, because Blood Angels often have a trouble with holding objectives after they've sent their missiles out. So I believe that's what that's for. But otherwise, it's just pretty standard. He's got the shooting and the Redemptor and the Inceptors. The Whirlwind can kind of help with that as well. He's got forward deploy with the Incursors, which I don't think we've actually seen any other Space Marine player take any of yet, which always a bad idea. Space Marine's always about grabbing a piece of terrain and or an objective and holding it for as long as you can. And if you can start holding it at the start of the game, you're in the money. So yeah, it's a good Blood Angels list. It's gonna probably do well. We've got Bojangles with Grey Knights next. We've got Brother Captain. We've got Valdis. We've got Librarian. 3 Strike Squads, an Apothecary, Paladin Ancient, big block Paladins, big block Purifiers, small block of Interceptors. Oh, excuse me. And then 3 Perganin Squads, all with Silencers. It's just very good at shooting, isn't it? Like, and you don't want to charge it because Purifiers and Paladins are fucking impossible to shift off anything. It's a Grey Knight list that just leans into its strengths of resilience and shooting. We got Buttons with White Scars. He's got Corsaro Khan. He's got Librarian. He's got Primaris Chaplain on Bike. 1 squad of Assault Intercessors. 1 squad of Incursors. 1 squad of Intercessors. He's got Blade Guard. He's got Assault Centurions. Interesting choice. He's got DGCR. He's got an Apothecary. He's got Terminator Squad. Again, like, just a 5 squad of Terminators. Very interesting choice. And then he's got 5 squad of Vanguard Vets. And then the juice comes from the attack bikes, and then bikers with melta guns, and whirlwind again to ignore Overwatch. So it's a good list. It's got shooting in the multi meltas and like the flamers and the casting launcher. So it's okay on that front, and the melee is okay as well. But I wonder if it's split into too many small groups of things. That'd be my worry, and it would just get picked apart very easily by like a shooting army. Like, oh, it's okay. I'll kill 3 Centurions this turn, and then I'll kill 4 Terminators next turn, and then I'll kill 4 Vanguard Vets, and then you'll have nothing left really after that. It's just like an army, you can pick apart that army quite easily. And I say that as someone who played a lot of White Scars. So we got Kato Azir. Sorry, I'm knackered. We got Blood Angels. He's got Librarian, he's got Uncursor, he's got Death Company Marines, all with Chainsword and Bolt Pistol. You don't see people taking any Thunderhammers nowadays, which is strange in my mind. And then he's got Patrol of the Raven Guard with Prime Chaplain, Tactical Squad, Eradicators, and then Ultramarines with Silence on Forge and Stealthy. He's got Captain, Librarian, Infiltrators, Invictor. Really weird list, this. No? Just a bit all over the place in my mind. It's not even taking like the best things from each thing, because this would be like Sandguard. This would be, I don't fucking know. I guess like Vanguard Vets in Pets Master Arsen's Rapid Assault. Strange, very strange. Very strange indeed. I hope it does well, but I don't know if it will. We've got Cage Psycho next. Why is my music stopped? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we've got Cage Psycho next. He has Chaos Demons. So he's got Lord of Change, double Lord of Change. What a crazy man. Doesn't he know only one can be unkillable? Crazy. He's got 10 pink horrors only. He's got just 2 flamers. Sorry, 3 flamers because one's a pyrocaster. And he's got some Alpha Legion, 2 Disco Lords, Sorcerer and Terminator, 3 squads of Chaos Marines, 2 Defilers, and a squad of Liberators. Man, it's really nothing in this list, is there? Yeah, I don't know if that's going to do well. It's just like so easy to kill with everything on the board right now, isn't it? I've got Cheesy Breezy playing Tau. God damn, why is this happening? Okay, let's see if that loads. Nope. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Cheesy. You're another one in the firing line for not working. We've got Chris Helgren with his sisters. Oh, what happened to the Imperial Fists? I don't even want to review this. There's no... Where's the yellow men? Awful. Okay, well. Yeah, he's playing a list that appeared on the Art of War podcast about 4 or 5 weeks ago, which was Sisters and Guard. So we'll go through it. He's got Canoness, he's got 2 squads of Repentia, he's got a lot of Mortifiers and some Retributors with multi-meltas. This is your anchor. It's very hard to charge this and live. It's impossible, really. And then your multi-meltas give you a lot of firepower. He's got a Rhino to keep the Retributors safe, at least. And then you can outflank the Repentia if you want, and you're guaranteed to charge, basically. It's dumb. No one says this just was balanced. Okay, and then we've got Discipline Troopers. This is a guard detachment with Discipline Shooters and Gunnery Experts, so it gets to reroll one of the dice when shooting the heavy D6 profiles, and then Discipline Shooters lets them rapid fire 18 inches, which is really good for all these plasma guns. Oh, look at all these plasma guns. Just a million plasma guns. He's got 2 squads of infantry and 1 squad of scions. He's got 3 company commanders. And then just a bunch of plasma squads and command squads. And then 2 full payload manticores shoring up the outer line of sight shooting. Manticores are just so hard to kill as well. It's just like, stick them at the back and they deal damage for 4 turns of the game. It's a good list because, you know, it was on the Art of War, so it must be good, right? Then we got Citronade. with his custodians. He's got 2 shield captains and Dawn Eagle, which is weird because I only ever see 1 and like Trajan, because Trajan's a pretty damn good character. So 2, crazy. 2 squads of prosecutors, 1's big, 1's small. 2 palace grav, Venatari are good guys, just take loads, and then Virtus Praetors. So this is really fast. Custodians list is just obnoxious to try and kill, I'll tell you that much. I'm glad he doesn't have any Terminators though, because they are just dumb. And then we've got this guy Clingy. I'm not sure who this guy is, but we'll have a look at his list. So he's playing Admech. He's chosen Graia with Refusal to Yield, which is pretty good for keeping your stuff alive if you don't have a lot of it. He's got an Engine Seer, Vanguard, double Servitor squad, 2 squads of 5 Raiders, which are fucking dumb, 2 Fusiliers, both with Command Uplink, and he's got a Super Heavy of House Crast. He's got 3 Megaras. 1 has the... So he's given Iron Bulwark to 1, but he didn't give that one a relic. Yeah. And then this guy has Headsman's Mark and the First Knight. So Iron Bulwark is 4 up in Von all times. Headsman's Mark is the +1 or 2 to damage against X thing. I can't remember what it is. This is bad because this is my list basically as well. We collaborated on these lists. Headsman's Mark +1 damage against vehicles, and then +2 damage against Titanic or something like that. And then he's got First Knight, which is reroll 1s in shooting. And then he's got another Megara, which has got Armor of the Saint Dian, which is the 2-up armor save. So this is a good list. I like it. He spent a little bit more command points on the relics for the knights. I spent less. And I think I went for kill your knights instead of durable. And our setup in the Admech slot's different, but the Megaras are so good that the Admech stuff basically just doesn't have to do anything but hold objectives, and the Fusiliers are good at body blocking as well. But then the Megaras just go crazy and just kill everything, which is why I'm also playing that list, or a variation. It's a good list. I've got C-Mob with Tyranids. It's probably gonna have Hive Guard, Excrin, double Democaron. I'm just gonna put that out there. I've got Kraken with Hive Tyrant, Swarmlord, Rippers, Termagants with Devourers as well, so there's Devgaunts. Really fucking dumb. Like, I don't know why they're so cheap. It's just so dumb. He's got Lictor for the easiest deploy scramblers in the game. He's got double Dynamic Iron, who would have thought? Then he's got a Cross Patrol with a Neurothrope, Rippers, Hive Guard, Lictor, and then double Excrin. Who could have thought? It's the Tyranid list. You're not innovative, you're not original, it's just boring. Coverin playing Death Guard. We have Lord of Contagion, Playcaster, 30 Poxwalkers, Blightlord terms, Death Rod terms, Foulblight Squad, Tallyman, Fed Blow Drum, 2 Plague Burst, and no Mortarion. So yeah, we do. Yeah, there is Mortarion. So this is the first Mortarion we've seen, I think. Outside of Soup. I think, yeah. So yeah, it's a Death Guard list with Mortarion, isn't it? It's not, it's probably do well just because people struggle to kill Mortarion even though he's been out for literal months and you have to prepare for him, and if you don't, you're gonna lose. But still people don't. So we've got, God, who is this? Count Bahomond with Dark Angels. He's got Ezekiel, who is the most broken character in the game right now. Interrogator Chaplain, Blade Guard, Deathwing Ancient with the Watch trait again, because why not? Penitent Remembrance for the -1 damage. Terminator Assault Squad. God, that's a lot of Assault Terminators. So this is all OBSEC again. Is it? Vanguard. And then, is it? So, get back to me on this. But I don't think this is not. Yeah, I'm afraid whoever's put this together, I think he hasn't read the rules for how to make this stuff OBSEC, because this is not OBSEC, because you don't have your warlord in this detachment. You need your warlord in that detachment to make it OPSEC. So I wonder if he knows. Unless, it looks like he's going for the OPSEC bikes instead, which is, I don't know, in my mind, the wrong way to go for about it. So this stuff's all OPSEC, but that's only 9 OPSEC bikers. Whereas you could have had all these Terminators OPSEC, right? Such a weird way to go about it. Anyway, I don't think this list does very well anyway, because his entire ability to reach out and touch the enemy is based around these 2 Talon Masters. And sure, yeah, they can't be targeted, but it's not the most withering assault of fire in the game, is it? We've got Creeper playing Craft Worlds. Expert Crafters, Masterful Shots, because, have to be the most efficient combination available. Oh, it's some good G-Fool. He's got Farseer with Smite, Doom, Executioner, and he's got a Skyrunner with Protect, Jinx, and Focus Wheel, whatever the fuck it is. I have no idea why Eldar players complain, because they have the single best Psychic tree in the game. They still have Doom, they still have Protect and Jinx, and they still have Guide. Just dumb. He's got some Shadow Spectres, he's got some Striking Scorpions, he's got a Viper, which is whatever it is. He's got a Falcon and a Lynx. Falcon is pretty good, Lynx is dumb. He's got Patrol of exactly the same. He's got an Autarch with Super Hot Wings, and he's got another Warlock with Protect and Jinx, just in case, just in case. He's got Rangers because they're dumb. He's got more Shadow Spectres. He's got Shining Spears, and he's got Dark Reapers because they're also dumb. And he's got another Lynx. So yeah, it's an Eldar list that they still haven't transitioned into 9th edition, because they just want to kill things and try and win the game like that. One day, Eldar players will learn. One day. So we got Curie with Dark Angels. So we got Patrol, so we've got Lieutenant, a Chaplain on a bike with all the nice things. Got a Tactical Squad, a Judiciar, 2 squads of attack bikes with 2 multi-meltas and a heavy bolter. It's pretty good utility there. Can be pushed into a lot of different roles. And then a Whirlwind with the Ignore. Basically, I think this is for the outline of sight shooting, and also for the Ignore Overwatch stratagem. And then he's got Vanguard with his with Ezekiel, because Ezekiel's so dumb. Actually, Ezekiel in the last list didn't have his psychic powers listed, so he doesn't get to cast any psychic powers as well. Interesting. Yes, this is a Deathwing Vanguard detachment, so everything is OPSEC if it's Terminator. He's got Ezekiel, he's got Blackguard Agent, he's got a bunch of Deathwing Terminators, he's got a mix of Lightning Claws and Storm Shields, he's got a Ravenwing Apothecary, and he's got Deathwing a Terminator Assault Squad. So he does have some shooting, and then he also has some Terminators. And this is where we see the Dark Angels lists actually be competent lists that can play the game in more than one phase. Yeah, so it's going to do well. So this is Quistifer. He's playing Custodes. He's got a Shield Captain and a Lars Terminator. I've never even seen that in my life before. He's got Custodian Guard with Sword and Board. He's got Quillen Custodians. Wait a minute. He doesn't have a Vexillip. That is a strange choice. It's a bold move, Colin. See where it turns out. Because that means these equivalents have to come within the 9 inches, and that's just weird. He's got a bunch of Salvo Launcher Virtus Praetors. I think these would be better as Hurricane Bolters, because I think I know what's happening further down. Then he's got Valorous Heart, Canada, Celestine, Sister, and Magifire. Excuse me. Multi-Melta, and 1 Rhino. So yeah. God, how does that work? One... Is this supposed to be with multi-melta? I can't even tell. Is there supposed to be 4 multi-meltas or just 3? Either way, it's wrong. I mean, if it's 4 with similar acronym, it'd be fine, actually. Just, if you drop a multi-melta for a similar acronym, you lose too much damage. So just take the squad of 6. and have 2 rhinos, honestly. In my mind, anyway. And he's going to be ignoring AP2 and all this, which is much of a muchness. A lot of people don't care about AP2 nowadays, to be honest. Demon Forged, playing Death Guard. Thank God he's not playing Lord of Skulls anymore. So he's got Chaos Undivided with Changecaster, Lord of Change, Horrors, Nurglings. Then he's got Supreme Command with Mortarion. And then he has an Emperor's Children with Sorcerer, Noise Marines, Terminators, and that's it. And basically, the Emperor's Children detachment guarantees warp time all the time. Guaranteed. Can still be denied by Dark Angels, but otherwise it's always guaranteed to go off. This stuff I'm not 100% sure. Nurglings are pretty good for holding objectives, but that's it. Horrors are not great without another target to shoot. And then these Terminators are dumb as well, double shooting, double fighting. Can they double fight actually? No. Double shooting, making almost guaranteed charges. Same with the Noise Marines actually, double shooting. Veterans of the Long War, but I think he's got too many hammer units here, not enough anvil. Nothing to because Mortarion does die, and everyone is making sure he can die. Once Mortarion's dead, everything else, Noise Marines are still 1 wound. Terminators here are still 2 wounds. They're not hard to kill for basically anyone in the game. And people know how to deal with Nurglings now. And Horrors have just never been difficult to kill, to be honest. So I think it's an interesting list, but I don't think I'll do well. Delicina, playing Astra Metellarum. Got Triple Tank Commander. Lots of infantries. Is this a brigade? No, it's a battalion. Tempest Scions, Astropath, Bulgrin, Mistborn Priest, Double Manticore with full payload, 2 Chimeras. Weird list, spamming Bulgrins. That's 3, 4, 5, almost 600 points that you could have probably just souped in something better than Bulgrins. Anything. Even Repentia or something would have been better. Just my opinion, though. Got more sisters. Are we into the sisters players now? No. I've got Valorous Heart. Got 2 Death Cult Assassins and a Vindicar Assassin. What a crazy person. Canoness, Celestine, Balsister, Image Fire, Preacher, Bonafires, Retributors, and he's got Patrol of Bloody Rose for all his Repentia needs, and Seraphim, because Seraphim are... No, Zephyrim. Where's your Zephyrim, my dude? Well, he's taking the Infernal Pistols on the Seraphim, because they get an extra AP when they come down, which is sometimes useful, I guess. And then more Mortifiers there. So he's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mortifiers. Not bad. And then he's got all the Retributors, and he's got Repentia. He just does not have anything to put them in. He has no transports, which I think is where the problem is. If he does, he has to reserve these things, because then if he goes second against anyone with a plane or anyone without line of sight shooting, these all just die and your game is over. So yeah, that's a risky pick. We got Dudes with Chaos. He's playing Death Guard. He's got Mortarion. He's got a Dark Apostle with Noise Marines. Noise Marines are just so crazy, the output. But see, Noise Marines, as soon as you come up against Dark Angels and you go into 2-up armor saves, they're fucking useless. They don't do anything. You'll kill maybe 3, hopefully. Oh, big sip. And then he's got a big bunch of Terminators, Chaos Spawn, and then he's got Patrol of... Oh yeah, this is the Heretic Astartes Patrol. So we can take Ahriman on a disc for Warp Time, Chaos Cultist, Foul Blight Spawn, Tallyman. And it's pretty just an okay way to do it. I think personally, Emperor's Children caster for the automatic Warp Time is probably more reliable than Ahriman on a disc. Because there will be those times that you fail the cast and you'll just be like, well, fuck. My game is now ruined because I failed Warp Time. And it happens all the time. Foul Blight Spawn is so dumb that you can take him with Revolting Stench Vats in a Heretic Astartes Patrol. And Tallyman is just ridiculous. He's basically 70 points to get 4 CP over the game. So dumb. I would pay that in any army. Draco Dagger Space Wolves. He has Lieutenant on a Thunderwolf, he's got Chapman on Bike, and he's got a Wolf Lord on a Thunderwolf. He's then got 2 squads of Assault Intercessors and 1 squad of normal Intercessors, and then he's got some Vanguard Vets, he has Cyberwolf, and then he's got lots of T-Wolf Cav, 2 Eradicators, 2 squads of Long Fangs. It's okay. I think the problem with this list is there's just too many Thunderwolf Cav and Cavalry bases. Like, everything here is a Biker base or a Cavalry base, as well as all of this. It's just so unwieldy on the board. It just takes so much effort to get them around ruins and stuff, and they're just so blatantly inferior to jump pack infantry. Because for this 295 points, you could have just taken more Wolf Guard, and they're basically the same speed. It's maybe a little less wounds, but they're basically better in all other aspects in my mind. They go through walls, they go over terrain, they go over models, they can't be body blocked. The upsides of jump pack infantry over like cavalry is just massive in my mind anyway. Yeah, so that could come up against some really bad matchups and just instantly lose game. So we've got Darion playing Tyranids. He's got Kronos, Double Neurothrope, Rippers, Hive Guard, Lictor, Biovore, Excrin. Sorry, I'm gonna probably fall asleep reading all these Tyranid lists because they're really boring. We've got a Hive Fleet with Biometallic Cyst and Feeding Frenzy. Who knows what that does? Brute Lord, Swarm Lord, Gene Stealers. Who the fuck is taking Gene Stealers in this day and age? And then 2 big squad Tyranid Warriors, another Lictor, Sky Slashers. This is a goofy list, I think. How does all this fit in 2k points? It's just absolutely crazy how much points, how much little points Tyranids have to spend for good units, and like they still complain. Like, all this fits into 2k points. Like, you got Hive Guard, you got 2 Excrins, you got Biovore, you've got a Brood Lord, a Swarm Lord, 2 Neurothropes. You've got 20 Gene Stealers, you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You've got like 17 Tyranid Warriors, and then you've also got other stuff on top of that. Crazy. It's probably do well just because it's got so many bodies that aren't like toughness 3 bodies. It's just a lot of stuff to chew through. We've got Adeptus Mechanicus here from Dragon King E. He's got Call, he's got Daedalosus, he's got... Is it Patrol, right? It's a Spearhead. Call, Daedalosus, Double Vanguard, Datasmith. Oh. He's got a Datasmith. And he's got 10 Fulgurates. And he's got 5 Raiders. And then, ladies and gentlemen, he spent 750 points on Castellan Robots. Because you know this guy swings his dick into the room when he's still in the hallway. This guy is an absolute turbo Chad. He is taking Castellan Robots on the most terrain dense Alpha League we've ever seen. What an absolute crazy man. He also goes a step further by taking 3 Onagers, 1 with Neutron and 2 with Icarus, and then a single Scorpius with Belros, and 1 Dune Rider, no planes. You know this guy fucks. That's his job. This guy is an absolute legend. He is the Dragon King. But not because he's a king of dragons. Because he's the bad Dragon King. That's why. Let's do this. This is the last one. If I do 40... Yeah, okay. Last list. We got Electro 522. And he's playing Necrons. Our first Necron, actually, so far. Got Novok. Got Catacomb Command Barge. Got Illuminator Caesar. We have a Royal Warden. We have 20, 30, 40 Warriors. We have the Nightbringer. We have 10 Lich Guard. We have another 10 Lich Guard, but with War Scythes. And then we have 3 small swarms of scarabs. Ah, it's a good list. I think Lichguard lose their efficacy without Silent King. And I'm not sure what the Royal Warden brings to the table that his points wouldn't just be better spent on Scarab Swarms. And as a third thing, the CCB is fun and all, but I think if you want to run CCBs, you have to lean into like 2 or 3 of them just to be annoying with them and like go for that codes of conduct thing, codes of combat. Cesra as well. I don't know like how good they are, but could be good either way. And like with some of the points you save up here, you can bolster down here because you're running a Nightbringer. Your bodies are actually kind of low when you think about it, like just the way it be. And like your veil target is the Royal Warden and I guess some Lich Guard or the 20 Warriors. But like you want a Veil of Darkness, something that's gonna protect the Warriors of the Lich Guard or like help them. Like if it's the Lich Guard, you give them the reroll charges. If it's the Warriors, you go with the 5-up invuln. It's like Royal Warden doesn't really do much for them. Just, I think it's a weird Necron list. Okay, well that's the last we're gonna look at right now. We've got a lot to go, especially this cool guy, which his name is spelt wrong. What the fuck is this? I've always said this. Alpha League's an absolute joke. It's like run by absolute morons who can't even spell the most popular player's name right, and they always put me in death pods, and it's just an overall ridiculous but fun tournament. And I think we can all learn a bit from the Alpha League spirit, which is you're gonna lose, so you may as well have fun. And with that, I'm gonna sign off for tonight. Try and post a video tomorrow. If I don't, just presume I died. It happens. I probably just crashed my car thinking about how the fuck I'm going to beat 12 orc buggies or something like that. It's just the way it had to be. Anyway, good night and goodbye. Bye bye.